Hello guys, welcome back to the Battle Lounge. In this video I'm just going to go over a little bit of printing advice and some fixes for certain situations. So this was printed on my Bamboo Labs A1 printer. It's a great little printer. However, this one I've got out in my conservatory, which is very damp. It's very humid in there. It's more of an animal room than a conservatory. I've got fish tanks and all sorts in there. So it's not a great environment for 3D printing. So as you can see here, where these lines are, this is usually caused by high humidity. It can also be caused by temperature changes as well, which is the problem with the humidity that you get. It's the moisture in the filament as it's heating up and then it cools down and contracting, so you're getting this sort of problem, and you can clearly see those layer lines in there. Oh, the other thing that it does as well is it pulls back off of the print bed, and you can see you get like these curves in there. And what it means, if you get this with your printer, if it's not printing accurately, then you might have a problem snapping these in. They usually still go in, but you've just got to use a little bit more force. And the other thing that can happen is, even on a really good print, you can get issues down here. So sometimes you'll just need to get a little knife or file or something like that and just clean up this area at the bottom. It doesn't tend to happen anywhere else, it's just where it's adhering to the print bed. Because of these layer lines as well, this is why this has failed as well, this window. It actually still works and it still printed it. So something like this can, sometimes it just messes up the whole print, which is a nightmare, especially when it gets to the end, because you know, this had been, I can't remember what this is about 2 hours to print one of these, I think. And it got almost to the end and then it failed. So as it was printing, because of the issue with the expansion, the moisture in there, etc., it knocked this window out of line and then it didn't print properly. The other thing that can cause this, sometimes if it's not on a stable surface and the printer's moving, or if somebody knocks it, because with the Bamboo Labs A1 it's an open print system and the bed moves forwards and backwards, and if somebody touches that bed it can misalign it. I've had it before where I put it was a bottle or something I put down near the printer and the print bed hit it and it just jolted it slightly and put everything out of sync, and then you get like a line in it. So yeah, just be careful with that. But what I'm going to do with this job, rather than bin it, I'm just going to see if I can repair it. I was just going to snip these little bits out. Here we go. And as we take that out, you can actually see how it's like a little noggin that works as the hinge system on there. Yeah, I was just going to take that off. A little bit of glue. I usually put my glue on something. So rather than put it directly on what you're gluing, just put the glue on something. And then you pick up a little bit of the glue with one edge and just spread it out. It's not lining up very well, so I'm going to pop it down and put it this way because there's a little handle that side. Just line it up. And if you just spray it with a bit of activator, that'll just make sure it goes off, and just blow it a little bit. And there you go, magic. Let's try again. Oh, now I'm not going to be able to get back in here, am I? I should have put it in here to glue it. Actually, I'm going to clean that up a little bit. So this is how not to do it. One of my famous how not to videos. Right, I'll stick it in there and see if I can get that lined up before I glue it. There we go. Taking too much off now. Woohoo! Click, 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 woo! There we go. Look at that, it looks amazing. You would never even know. That's right, so this is going to be the fiddly bit then, where I get it all over my hands. So this time I'm just going to put it on there because I need a lot. Otherwise, where's the fun? Alright, put that in. Get that little top bit in there. And then line them up. Look at that, good as new. I just realised that little bit ain't printed either, a little bit of the handle. It's supposed to be a little bit there that you can get your finger in, but it's a bit tight. So I'm going to put a blob of glue on this bit. And although it don't look great at the moment, once that's painted up, you won't even notice it. I don't think I can get rid of the layer lines though. But I was going to say, yeah, just use a little file if these bits are not clicking in properly. If you do print like this and it comes out a bit cruddy like mine, just use a file or something. I'm just going to wipe that off a little bit. Give it a quick spray. Give it a blow. There you go, that's good enough. Sometimes, this is all part of the 3D printing experience. Sometimes things don't come out exactly how you want them, and you just have to deal with it. Like sometimes you'll get a failed print, put it down to experience, but sometimes you can salvage them a little bit, and sometimes you could use. So let me just show you something quickly. So this is something that I've been working on. It's coming out in the next bundle that we've got. This is the town centre bundle. It's just not working. This is an older one, so I've done a few different iterations since this one, but it's still, I can't get the hinges to work on it. And my theory is that normally the hinges go upright like this, and they print fine. But with this one, because it's lead down, I just can't get the hinges working. So what I'm probably going to do when you see this is I'm probably going to have a hinge here, and then the two doors will open that way. So this is just the whole thing's unusable as it is as an opening one. But what you can do, and sometimes on prints you get these little bits as well. This is just because these are supportless, they do rely on printing in thin air a little bit sometimes, especially where you've got steep overhangs at the top where roofs go, things like that. You can sometimes get these little stringy bits on there. Just cut them off, and if you want to, you know, you can get like a little file and just tidy up the little bits that are left, or a knife or something like that. The alternative is you have loads of supports everywhere, and then you get loads of wasted filament, and where it attaches you can also ends up being a little bit rough as well, because where the supports are attached to it. It's not as bad as resin printing with the FDM prints. They tend to come off a little bit cleaner, especially with the Bamboo Labs. With the experience that I've had with those, they come off pretty good. So what I could do is I could just leave this like that. I've just cleaned it up. You know, it's not, the hinge part doesn't work, but it still kind of functions. So I would still use this in a campaign. I'd still go ahead and print it up and use it because it sort of clicks in. All the other thing you could do is you could just put a little bit of glue on it to glue it down. Or what we could do is with this piece is we could actually smash the whole thing up and use it as like a bit of ruined terrain. So rather than just throw the whole thing away if it didn't print the way we was expecting, just hack it up. And this is, you know, this is all part of D&D terrain building. It's part of the fun of it, is rather than just sticking to what you get, you could modify it like this. We just cut these little, cut them out where the bricks are. So as I was saying, so rather than just, you know, if you get a failed print, maybe the top's missing, instead of just throwing it away, you could just create a little bit of broken work. Hope you found that useful, guys. Have a little think about it. And there's some of our terrain that we've got which is actually designed to be adjusted and built upon. So we've got some frameworks coming out for the like the little marquees, tents, things like that, where you print the framework and then just add paper to them that you can just glue on afterwards, basically. Anyway, I'll do a video on that later and show you what I mean. Anyway, see you soon. Cheers guys, bye bye.